the basic 5 stages of radical forgiveness are that we tell our story. We believe that to really forgive on a radical level, it's very important to tell your story. Many people have kept secrets in their lives, and secrets can be very toxic. And if you hold something inside and you can't get it out, then it does have that poison effect for you. And so if you can tell your story and have it witnessed, whether it is by a coach or a friend, or sometimes just through the process of writing it yourself, and then allow yourself to feel your feelings. People don't allow themselves to feel their feelings because, quite frankly, they hurt. It's very, very hard to feel the feelings when it's a feeling you don't want to feel. But to the radical forgiveness process, it's really important to let those feelings come up. Let that stuck energy within you come up so that it can be broken up and released and not held as a block that makes you feel all tense and clenched up and, just let the energy move through you more freely. So feeling the feelings is the second stage. And all the radical forgiveness tools do this. That the radical forgiveness worksheet will take you from telling the story to really identifying what it is you're feeling about what's going on. And then into what we call collapsing the story, which is where you begin to see that what your story was all about was maybe 5% fact and the rest of it interpretation, that you've sort of created in a spiral formation around that little bit kernel of fact. And then you move to what we call the radical forgiveness reframe, is where you say, I can now see that this was perfect for me because here are the ways that I have grown. Or you can even do a more generic reframe and say, even though I don't see the perfection now, I am willing to entertain the possibility that this situation happened for my learning and my growth. And then all the tools have an inherent component of integration, which basically allows you to sort of save the new story to the hard drive. All of our old beliefs are erroneous beliefs that we adopted from childhood on about who we were and what was important about us, or what was unimportant, that we were unimportant, or that we were defective, or that we were horrible people, or that we were stupid. Whatever those old stories may have been, that we deserved all the bad things that happened, we can change the story. And so all the tools help you do that, help you write a new story. As I said, there's the forgiveness. We have some online programs. Some of the tools on the website are free. Some of them do have a fee that's paid to do the online programs, or there are products you can purchase. One of the most popular tools that we have and that people have just absolute tremendous fun with is called the Satori board game. And it is an actual board game where you have a little piece and you roll the die and you move around a board, and you are able to unravel a story of something that happened in your life that caused you discomfort or pain or absolute agony. And you're able to reach that the center place on the board of Satori where you are willing to entertain a new insight or a new perspective about what happened in your life. And the cool thing about this game is everyone wins. Someone may finish last, but they still win. Again, you have to. The key component of radical forgiveness is willingness. If you are willing to consider the possibility that maybe it's a little bit possible that you could experience some growth, some learning out of a really horrible experience, that you could get some learning, and you're willing to do that, and look at things in a different way, then radical forgiveness can work. The willingness is the key. You don't have to understand it. Colin likes to say, you know, if you're highly intelligent, it's not going to work as well for you because you want to take everything apart and figure out how everything works. There's a lot of trust inherent in the process. But it is, you know, the benefits of forgiveness have been shown to be better health, better relationships, more productivity, and you know, we've had several of our coaches that we have gone through divorces since they've been in our training program or have been coaches, and one of them actually said, "I never thought I could go through a divorce with love for my husband." It came to such an understanding that it was a relationship that no longer served either one of them, and they were able to come to a very amicable, easy separation with no conflict in the property settlement or any of that. If we can get to the place where we understand that, you know, as individuals or as groups or as whole populations, we occupy a common energy field with another group or another individual, and that our energy affects each other. If we can understand that it's purposeful, and then when the purpose has been served, there's a time for the energy fields to separate, then it's you know, it's a very, very good way to resolve conflict. And it doesn't even require that both parties do radical forgiveness. One of the things we've observed is that just when one party to a situation does the work and is willing for the energy to flow freely between the parties involved, that something just happens and everything resolves in a very harmonious way. This is not to say that two people who are having a conflict with each other necessarily stay in the relationship. You don't have to love someone to forgive them. I do think you need to love yourself. The Radical Forgiveness website, radicalforgiveness.com, does have a very wide variety of tools available online. There are worksheets, the original worksheet which Colin included in his first book, that you can go through and fill out in the space of 10, 15, 20 minutes at most to go through. And he likes things simple. You can do things in a very user-friendly fashion and just check off some boxes, and then about 4 different places on the worksheet, 5 different places, write out a few sentences.